By 1994, Bungie has established itself as a premier game developer for the Macintosh. But if the company wants to continue to grow, they'll have to expand their reach. One of the first steps is porting Marathon 2 to the PC in September of 1996. But Bungie's wider focus comes with some consequences.
The closest thing to a console rivalry that you can see in the PC space would have been Mac PC. And it was political. It was Bill Gates versus Steve Jobs. It was all of that stuff. It was good versus evil for some Mac fans. Perhaps the first betrayal of Mac fans was making Marathon for the PC, and they were fuming. We were a growing business, and there was demand for the game, and we didn't hate PC owners, and we didn't hate the PC market. We were a business, so we made a PC game.
Bungie shifts even further into the PC camp with their newest game, Myth. The success of Myth gives Bungie the chance to expand once again. They change offices in Chicago and open a branch in San Jose. Meanwhile, a new project is quietly being developed by a small group of programmers.
Blam was the code name for the project or the team at the time, sometimes called them Monkey Nuts.
But gamers will eventually know the game as Halo.
The initial idea was to do a strategy type game like Myth, fully 3D, and in a different genre, like sci-fi or military, you know. And the first demo for that was the rolling hills, but with like a whole ton of dudes running around all in 3D.
They upgraded the terrain engine, got a little foot soldier who was actually a 3D model instead of a sprite, had him running around, and they realized they were having so much fun running this little guy around that maybe what they really wanted to do was an action game where you were that guy instead of a strategy game.
When you're in third person, you're manipulating an avatar. When you're in first person, you're performing the action yourself. We want to tell this epic story, make the player feel like they're immersed in the environment.
When Halo was actually announced, I think it was at Tokyo Mac World, it was announced as part of a drive for the Mac as a gaming platform.
That's when we started getting a lot of attention.
One of the companies paying attention is Microsoft.
Alex Seropian came to Bungie West and sat down with everybody and said, listen, there's this thing called the Xbox that we think is going to be really interesting. Microsoft is essentially gearing up to take on Sony with the PlayStation 2. They want to go after them. I think the phrase he said is, they're building the biggest cannon in the world and they're pointing it at Sony. Jason and I have been talking and we think that we can help them build a great machine.
Once we got back from E3, Jason and Alex held a few meetings where they told us Microsoft's looking to acquire us, but we're not going to do anything unless we're all willing to do it. They had to make sure that the entire team was willing to leap off the cliff with them into this totally new territory. As it turned out, pretty much the entire development team decided to make the jump and move out to Seattle.
Microsoft purchases Bungie in 2000 for an undisclosed sum. While the team settles into their new home, they face heavy backlash from some of their fans.
Particularly the Macintosh community. People who work with Macintoshes tend to be, at the time, very fiercely proud. They really perceived it as a betrayal in every way.
Undeterred by the criticism they faced, Bungie focuses on turning Halo into a game for Xbox.
Up to that point, of course, it was a PC game, and, a Mac game even before that. But as soon as we knew we were going to be on the Xbox, we kind of rewrote everything from scratch.
Some of the real important things were spending a lot of time figuring out what the interface was going to be like, because no longer are you sitting 5 inches from the screen with a keyboard and a mouse, which is a direct pointing device. Now you're sitting 10 feet from the screen with this console controller. That is one of the things that I think really makes Halo work, is the interface, the controls.
Well, I think there was a lot of skepticism around Halo on the Xbox console, but I think that in many ways the skepticism was well placed. It's a first-person shooter. It's a team that has never produced a console game before in any real way.
Halo is shown in playable form on the Xbox at E3 in 2001. But the game is rough, and the public reaction is mixed.